kind of like in that area too of doing all those, so
yeah,
that's where I'm at, kind of that area. So yeah.
Good. That's great. So I'm about to go live, and I'm just a bit thinking to myself, oh, it's going to make all that noise again like it did last time. So excuse me. Just want to make sure. Oh, I have muted. Great. I did it. Didn't get any feedback. So we're live, everybody. And welcome to Tuesday's Daily Success Call. I'm Lana. And today is the 5th. Yeah, Tuesday the 5th. It's great to have you all here. And so we've just been chatting to, Scott and all the other people just before. So hello to you guys on YouTube as well. Quite an interesting little chat we had there, Scott. So that was nice. Thanks for that. So welcome to obviously all the new people. We've got people like Scott was just saying that he's been here with us for 8 months, which is really nice. He's a veteran, as John would say, in the community, and he's just offering his help out. So, we'll have a chat about that, Scott, perhaps on the call, and you can mention what you want to mention. So I would like to say, as I said, welcome to everybody that's new. I'm kind of not seeing everybody, but that I'm there. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the chat. So today I wanted to obviously talk to you guys. We're building this business here. What we're doing is, it's quite important. We've all come here for a reason. We're all building this business for a reason. And, I'm a big believer of, it's not just, we come here just for the fun of it, have we? We come here to kind of build a business, build a life, it's not just a business, people come in, I want more money for this, I want more of all of these other things, but actually it's not always about the money, is it? It's about what that money can do for us. And I say that to quite a lot of people, what that lifestyle gives for us. So I wanted to come in and chat today, and it's funny because good job I checked what John spoke to you guys about yesterday, which was going back to the morning routine, which we come, as a new business owner, for new people coming in, and people that might have been here already, may be implementing, may not be implementing, but either way is great. Can you guys all see me like properly? Can someone kind of give me? Yeah, perfect.
See clearly.
Poor lot that you can see. I'm taking over. Great. Okay. So John spoke about the importance of, and he does as you come into the program. That part of coming to a new business, setting yourself up right, setting your mind up right, because you've come in, you've got the tools. Rachel's given you, everything that you need to go through them, and great. We're here. We're building a business, but mostly we need to work on ourselves. Well, not mostly, but a lot, 80-90% of it is mindset. And I'm sure you people that have been here a long time, Scott, maybe Eddie will agree that, it is about mindset as we go through the trials and tribulations of going through learning all this new program and things. So I've done it myself. I've got a couple of businesses that I'm in e-commerce. I come in, I was new to all of this. I know what it feels like to kind of come in and think, oh my God, this is overwhelmed. Where do I go from here? Where do I start? There's too much information. So having that morning routine, I completely didn't do it for a long time. I was like, morning routine, it's a bit woo-woo, and I can't be bothered with it. But I eventually realised it was a really good thing to do. And one of the things that I wanted to do, and I got me notes, because why have I got me notes? Because I'm a bit forgetful like that. And also, if I don't write a little bit of notes, I'll probably talk to you for hours on end, and you guys don't really want that. So I wanted to kind of put into the mix of obviously what John was going on about, which is really important, is implementing that morning routine. And I want to talk today specifically about gratitude and bringing gratitude as an energy into into our lives as we are building a business. Because what have I put? It helps us to access and activate at a higher level of our mindset when it comes to, we want to be thinking more on the positive side of life, rather than we tend to always default on the negative. And that's just a bit pants, but that's how it happens. So bringing gratitude into your daily routine, it helps. It really helped me. Hopefully it helps you, and I'd love to hear later on if any of you do that. I know you've probably talked about gratitude at some level and at some point, if you've been here a long time. If you're new, hopefully this helps. But I find activating your mind to that higher level of having that gratitude. So what does it do? So when you're, and I do it twice a day, I practice gratitude in the morning and in the evening. Okay. So I will go along and I will, oh gosh, there's a big phone that's come up. I haven't pressed anything wrong, I swear. Someone's got a phone icon. I thought someone was calling me for a minute. So yeah, I practice gratitude in the morning and in the evening. And so what I do is I'll write down 5 things. So straight away when I get up, I kind of do a mind sweep for my gratitude I've done before I went to sleep. So before I go to sleep, I'll look at, what have I achieved that day? What can I reflect upon? And, what things do I want to kind of be working on the next day? So when I wake up in the morning, I'm kind of doing a mind sweep of, did I get any information about, what I thought about before I went to sleep? So I've got a little notepad and I jot it down. Where was I going to go with that? So I think it's a really good way of starting in the morning, because you get up, you're putting your mind in that really positive frame of mind. So we can get into that trap of we wake up we're snoozing our alarms, we're checking our emails, our socials, all of those things, the news, what's the news alerts, all of those things can obviously get, come into our mind. And they're not always positive, are they? They're negative. So what this can do is it can make us lazy a little bit. My husband snooze, and I reckon he could probably snooze until the evening if I let him. Probably actually, no, the phone would probably break before then, but he would snooze and snooze. So we want to flip that thought of having that, getting connected with the negative goings on of the news and everything else. We want to kind of write down what we're grateful for already. We can be grateful for anything, waking up in the morning, we can be grateful for that. So there is lots of things that we can be grateful for. But why are we doing that? Why are we practicing gratitude? It's because we are priming our minds. We're priming it to be positive throughout the day. And why are we doing that? Because what we look at, what we put out there, we get back. Okay. So we don't want more of that negativity coming into our mindset. Well, we're really working hard on a business. And, some of us have got full-time jobs that we do. We build this business around. So we've got to deal with those things that are going to happen in our day. So a good thing to do is obviously try and get into that really positive mindset before we get going. And what that tends to do is throughout the day, bring those positive thoughts. For me, it does anyway. It's a powerful activator. And it comes to that point of, something that Bob Proctor says and other things is, are we reacting or responding to our thoughts and our world outside of us? It's a great thing to be able to obviously get going with it and be grateful for our challenges as well, because as we're going through these businesses, we are going to get challenges. Our past failures, be grateful for those, because they oftentimes have brought us here. So I think there's a silver lining in everything that we do, and great for us to experience that and to be grateful for all of that. And it just brings us into that higher level. So we're vibrating now. We're vibrating at that higher level, grateful for these things. This is the energy we're sending out. So we're going to, you know, receive that back. And, you know, I write out mine and, you know, just a few statements. Not all of us are, you know, journal writers or love journaling. I mean, for a long time, I had blocks on writing and journaling. I just couldn't do it. Every time I wanted to do it, I just thought, this is boring. So I don't mean like lots and, you know, drones and drones of paper writing out journals. So you could just do like the 3-2-1 method, which is, you know, and if you are a snoozer and you think, I'm not going to not ever snooze, I'm going to snooze, fair enough. Then just do the 3-2-1 method, which is when you wake up in the morning, think of 3 things you want to achieve that day. Okay, then you can, you know, get some kind of clarity of where your day's going. 2 things you're grateful for. Okay, there's lots of things, and we don't have to already have the big house and the big car and all of those things just to be grateful. We're grateful for what we have. And there's lots of things, nature, you know, you've got the community, there's lots of different things, obviously your family and that stuff like that. And then there's one thing that I'll do, you know, and because we all haven't got time to sometimes write, is you know, just think about someone that you really do care about, someone you think to yourself, oh, I'm going to really help them out today. I'm going to send them, even if you don't call them or speak to them, you know, just send them a little bit of thoughts, because, you know, they pick it up. It's funny but they do pick these up. So really, I just wanted to kind of come in and say that really, because it really helped me. And as I said, I had blocks with it before, but when I do start implementing these, you know, as a part of my routine, it really did profoundly help me. And I felt all day, you stay in that flow state, you know, you're completely flowing in that gratitude mindset, positive mindset, and you just carry on attracting in it, and it grows. And why I think your business is growing, it's really important to, you know, try and be in that mindset. So if you're flowing, you're growing. That's what I say. Someone's got some. So nice personal joy, I believe in the coaching mastermind groups. Hold on, I find generally boring too. Have tried repeatedly to do it, but never stick with it. I totally hear you, Joan. You know, I was like it for a long time. And then I got myself a little form. Actually, I didn't pick it up. I was going to show you my little thing. And it literally has like a couple of boxes, and you can just write things in and tick them. It's just like implementing it into your mind, because, you know, I think no matter how far we are along this journey, you know, for me, quite a while, I still need these things into my mind. I still need to really implement it into my mindset. And if I stop doing things for a couple of days, you can notice things come in and start changing. And it affects your thoughts, which then obviously affects your actions, you know, your emotions, then your actions. And we want to obviously keep you high vibing while you're going through this business, while you're going through the training, and, you know, just bring you into as a community all together. So great to have you here, Stu. Stu Bagcock. Lovely to meet you. And Rania, sorry, I'm just going to look at this in the chat here. Is everyone on the call part of the paid coaching program? I have to make the decision soon. I know it's a personal choice, and I believe in coaching and mastermind groups. Yep, that's something you would need to decide, really, Rania. Absolutely. But I don't know who is part of there is people in the Launch 100 here. There is people in the Do It Yourself program as well. So, guys, I'm going to put it over to you. What do you think? Does anyone have anything to say on any of that at all?
This is Raymond here. I just want to say thank you for reminding me of those basics. Gratitude isn't my greatest gift. I can clearly see what's wrong often. And so I'm trying to engage with this DMO idea. I've been exposed to the things in terms of trying to do things online. So Tony Robbins stuff and the Miracle Morning and stuff. And so this is like it's not new, but sometimes highfalutin language doesn't practically help as much as just some straightforward, basic wake up and be grateful for a bit and then be quiet for a bit. Just simple stuff that you just keep on doing. So I'm kind of hoping, and I've just been through a period of being a bit negative about stuff. So I'm looking forward to taking these things on board in a basic way.
And are you fairly new, Raymond? Sorry, into the program?
Yeah, I've just started a few days ago. I was trying other things like course creation and stuff, and I think that they're good things to do. But I was just a bit intimidated by having to sell myself as well as something that I just wanted to do something that might just be about editing something, finding a nice idea, selling it, and so that just appealed to me as something not lower grade, just not having to think about stuff in that way about who I am and how I project and do I have these lists. Like, you know what, I just want to do something and sell something, and if it makes money, great, or learn if it can make money, and then just get my feet on the table in a basic way that I can just get started. So that's kind of what. And I was thinking that, and then I saw Rachel Rolfs. I have seen it before, but then I saw it again. So I was thinking to myself, you know what, I'm having a real headache with trying these other things, just really give my energy to them. I think I need to do something that's a bit more anonymous. And then Rachel Rolfs' advert came up again on YouTube, like by magic. The computers know exactly what you're thinking and saying now. I really believe that. So anyway, I just thought, you know what, I'm doing it. So that's why.
And they know your thoughts as well. And
however,
I'm completely with you. I mean, I was the same. I used to do like affiliate marketing and my background is digital marketing, building funnels, looking at sales processes, and think that was, my background before I came into e-commerce. And my thought was the same as you, Raymond. I don't want to be putting myself out there. I just want to do, build my business behind the scenes. No one needs to see me. And then, hey, presto, people ask me to do this. So it's lovely to speak with you guys anyway. But thanks, Raymond. Lovely chatting with you. Speak to you soon. And who have we got next? Scott Barker.
Good morning. How are you? I'm Scott. How are
you?
Hi,
Scott. I'm all right, thanks. Bear with me. I'm a bit of a Zoom novice. I was playing.
Join the club. You're doing fine.
I had to put your hand down now. Okay.
Oh, that's right. I can do that. That's fine.
I've done it.
Okay, good. Now, I think you mentioned that this sort of mindset idea was very important for the business. I think that's very true, but I think it's also extremely true for life in general. And I think the business obviously is an aspect of life. And I find the people who don't sort of manage their mindset are usually the ones who hit walls in life as well as the business. So it's very much in a general sense, it has relevance, I think, and they can never be underestimated. And also you mentioned that, you talked about gratitude as, I see gratitude not so much as a mindset that we try to achieve, but more as a lens through which we perceive things, in the sense that if you, for example, set a goal of getting a particular car or something, you see those sort of cars everywhere. And I think gratitude is like that. If you focus on developing that attitude of gratitude, it becomes eventually the lens through which you perceive things. So therefore, you start seeing things which confirm that mindset, and you start getting the evidence you need to justify the validity of that mindset, which I think is a very, very powerful way, because then it's a very, very passive thing. It's something you don't have to try to do. It's just something that hits you in the face all the time, every day. And one thing about gratitude that I think is very important is that gratitude enables you to endure things much, much more easily, because then you start to perceive that maybe even in the bad things that happen, and they will happen, not just in the business, but in life, you start to perceive that maybe there is a purpose behind this. Maybe there is something in here that I can learn or gain from. And so even in those times, at the back of your mind, you will think, right, well, there's some reason for this. Is there some way in which I can, or maybe down the track, will be grateful for this, for the suffering, for the difficulties? And that helps to put things into perspective and makes them more bearable, I think. Because sometimes, I mean, we don't know what baggage people are carrying. Because I used to work in a hospital, and one thing I noticed very quickly is that everyone, all the people that I managed, they were all 99% of them were carrying something. Were carrying a load of some sort in life, and they brought that to work. And so you had to be careful not to judge them when they screwed up or made mistakes or responded out of turn in ways that seemed odd to you, because they were carrying things, and you had no idea how much they were shouldering in their lives. Home affair, home things, self-image problems, the list goes on. And so, it's very important, that the way you see things can be, basically a rod in your own eye, and it's often the case with other people as well. So you obviously can't try not to judge them in that way. And I think too, also, you talked about having a high vibe when we do the task that we need to do. I think, to me, that suggests that there's some sort of a certain amount of distaste in some of the things we do, some of the activities we might engage in. And I think, to me, when I hear that, I feel this, that we are being a person who has to sweeten the deal each day, means to me that there's not enough focus on the goal. Because if the goal, to my mindset, at least to my mindset, if the goal is focused on enough, really powerfully enough, then everything that you do today and tomorrow and yesterday and the next day, they take their meaning from being under the umbrella of that goal. And so whatever you do today is not only bearable, but you just see it as it's the things you got to do. It's not a big emotional deal. Don't get all head up about it. Just, this is the goal. That's what I'm looking at. And if your mind gets distracted from the goal to the difficulties of today, then you lose the goal, and chances are you won't achieve it. You focus on the goal, and everything takes meaning from that, and therefore everything becomes more endurable. In fact, the difficulties you have become almost irrelevant, because you think about the goal. You're already there in the goal. You've already achieved it mentally. So everything you're doing is almost inconsequential in terms of the difficulty. In the same way, if you recall, when Harry Potter fought the thousands of Dementors to save his uncle in I think Escape from Azkaban, Hermione, they were on the back of the hippogriff flying away, and Hermione said, "How did you know you could do that, to fight all those Dementors?" He said, "Of course I did, because I'd already done it." And that's the mindset. If you have that mindset, you've already achieved it. Then it's not a question of whether you can do it or not, because mentally you're already there, and the difficulties don't matter. They don't mean anything to you anymore. So that's just a few things to think about anyway.
Yeah, love it, Scott. Thank you.
Nice.
Really, really helpful. Perfect. Now we've got Shakil. No, sorry, Scott. Sorry, Scott Kelly.
Yeah. Hi. I just, on this gratitude thing, and I just really want to say thank you, Lana, for bringing it up, because sometimes we slip a little bit in our areas when we're so focused that we forget about some of the little things in life that we have that gratitude for, that we kind of might not look at as often as we should again. Or so one of my biggest things is observation, which, where Scott was bringing in the observation of things. And I have a lot of gratitude for being able to see those things also, where you recognize, where, and it helps better me when I recognize these things because it's like a data source to me, and it just comes to me. But I have a lot of gratitude for this group and everything I get from these meetings. I really do look forward to them often. But I also help people, and we help each other at the end of this call. And you come back on, and there's people, Josie and Michael, and I'm sure Deborah goes there and she helps. And I haven't been going there for a while, but it was something that I started in the program a while back when we got this thing going, and I haven't been going there for a while, and I pop in every now and then, and it's like this whole big thing that's happening now, and everybody's really helping one another, and it's like, so I'm having this gratitude moment of something that I helped create that is like moving along very well, and I'm hoping that everybody uses it. But I'm also doing something on a personal note for helping people too. Is I'm holding a deal where for helping people that will need help on Thursday nights, so I can give some time back to helping other people. That I'm doing a special Zoom to help. So to do even more a little bit for help. And so it's just something I'm offering on up again more. And my gratefulness, I have this thing about A to Z. There's so many things that I'm grateful for. and when it's a hummingbird, if it's an ant, if it just the smallest of things that are that the creator has given us and the universe has for us is unreal. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. That's really lovely. We do have the lovely Shaquille.
I get to be lovely.
Hello.
You are lovely as well.
You're not in the gym today.
I am not in the gym today, but I did do my workout this morning, and after I showered and stuff, I just got in my bed and was just so thankful for how soft and comfortable my bed is, and that was really awesome. And just like a simple thing that like I feel like in general, and it's kind of harping a little bit on what Scott was touching on. My guy Scott Barker, No Dogs. He was talking about how how that there's a certain amount of distaste that people can experience in doing what is required or what they need to do. And I feel like the same thing can happen with gratitude. Like when we hear about gratitude practices, at least for me, I'm gonna keep it 100% honest. When you brought up that the topic was gratitude, I almost rolled my eyes because gratitude can be a thing that's hard to practice because of humanity's tendency towards focusing on negative things. But like really a way for me to and I didn't roll my eyes. I'm really happy that you brought this topic up, Lana. So don't get me wrong. But I feel like a way that I can practice gratitude or that I do practice gratitude is I'm gonna give credit to this YouTuber that I watched. I'll shout him out. His name is Berleezy. And he has a gaming channel. And whenever he wins or does good in his game, he always goes like, yes! Like he'll stand up and throw and like put his hands in the air and go, yes! 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 Like that right there. Like I think it's hilarious. So I started to do it too. But that's a way to practice gratitude. And just yesterday, I was cooking in the kitchen. And I pulled something out of the cabinet and it fell and it hit a bowl that was on the counter. And the bowl fell and smashed on the floor. And guess what I did? I went, yes! Yes! And that like, it changed how I feel or felt about it because it made me feel like the bowl breaking was too stupid to be upset about. And it's just a bowl. And now I have an opportunity and a reason to go get a new bowl to replace that one. And it'll be an even nicer bowl. So yes, and just for anything that's annoying, anything that I feel like I love it, I'm happy about it, I say in my head at the very least, yes, like to celebrate it and be gratuitous in practice instead of telling myself that I need to be gratuitous and be grateful, to actually give it a celebration, good and bad things. And that's like retrain my state. And I want to go back to my reaction to hearing that we're going to be talking about gratitude because I practice gratitude throughout the day, like, you know, for anything. So to me, it's like a thing that, like, you know, what's understood doesn't need to be explained, kind of thing. But it's good to talk about it, and I love it. And I'm so thankful for all of y'all in here, and for all y'all energy, and for all of y'all awesome minds and awesomeness. And that's it, baby.
Thank you. Nice. I loved it. That brought some energy. We need the energy around here. Thanks, Shaq.
May I say something? I'm not on the Zoom video, but I'm on the phone. The
I
call
wonder
in.
what the phone icon is.
Yeah, you can call in. Anyway,
I
my
don't
name is
have.
Barbara,
Hi, Barbara.
and I'm a new person. I've only been in. This is my second week, starting, you know, out, and I've been attending these meetings that John's been having. But as far as you talking about gratitude, I just wanted to mention that about a year and a half ago, I was in a bad car accident, and I crushed my right ankle to the point that I couldn't bear weight on it for a long time. And the doctor said I wouldn't be able to really walk again for about a year. I mean, walk normally, which I still don't walk normally. Let's just put it that way. But then in last November, I was walking outside and I tripped and fell and broke my left hip. So then I'm back in the hospital. Now we're talking about, you know, through all of that, and I don't even know how, through all of that, I did not get discouraged. And that was in the middle of COVID. So I couldn't even have family members come visit me. So I was pretty much, you know, I could talk to them on the phone, but that was pretty much it. So when I decided to get into this program, because I'm retired, and when I decided to get into this program, it was because I knew it was something I could do with my limitations. Now, my hip is perfectly fine, okay? It's all healed and there's no problem with my hip anymore, but I still have problems with the right foot. Now, as far as it's numb on the bottom, but as far as gratitude goes, I am one of those people, and I tell other people that as long as I have 2 arms, 2 legs, I'm grateful. It comes down to that, you know, and it was before the car accident. But sometimes you have to look at it as if that can be the bottom line. I can see, I have sight, I can hear, you know, my hands work, you know, it's gratitude can be for a lot of things, but it can also be about just being grateful for, like you said, just waking up every day, you know, just being awake, you know. So really, that's all I have to say. But if anybody would have a reason to be depressed or out of sorts or anything, or not even wanting to further myself in some way that I felt like I could, you know, do it from home. I'm home all the time anyway. I don't have a car anymore because, you know, I can't really drive. And so, but I'm still grateful because I have family next door who can give me rides places. Walmart delivers my groceries. I'm just grateful for all that stuff that may not be that important to other people, but when you're in a situation like I've been in, and I don't even know why I have such a good attitude, you know, but
because it expands. That's why, Barbara, it expands, doesn't it? That's the whole point. Yeah, that's one of my biggest points here is it will expand. So, well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Barbara. I'm really, and thanks for jumping on.
I feel fine.
Good.
You know, as far as, you know, physically goes, I'm very healthy.
Good.
But I still have limitations, you know. So anyway, that's all I had to say.
Well, it's lovely. Thank you for jumping out. It's lovely to have you in the program.
Thank you.
Speak to you soon. So we have Deborah.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone. Hi.
Hello.
Just a couple of things real quick. Number one, I want to thank Scott Kelly so much for his time and what he has done after this session with all of us. And he opened my eyes up to the point it almost scared me away. I'm scared to even look at Adam, go to Adam's sessions, but I should be way
Sorry,
past
I don't understand. What do you mean by that? Sorry, I didn't quite get it.
Well, I don't want to put myself in a position where I feel like I'm at a lack or loss. So I need to do some work to catch up to a point. And this is what I'm getting to, but what Raymond says, I know I like this system. I love this system because it's going to bring me several key things I know I need. And number one is to be creative. And even though I have not gone to where I want to be, and it's coming, I know it's coming because I have made a plan for it to come, that I am still creating. If I'm sitting in my car, I'm writing down stuff to put on a mug or put on a dish or t-shirt. I'm doing something toward this business. Grateful, you said grateful. Well, you get my age, every hour is a hallelujah moment. You just thank God is hallelujah, I'm still here. So I can't say it's hour by hour, but if I'm still here at my age, I'm doing good. But then again, I also want to go to what Raymond was saying. If you have a plan and you stick to the plan, Scott Barker called it goals. You have a main goal, but out of that main goal come plans of how you're going to do it. And though you may find journaling monotonous, I just call it bullet points of action. Just write down what you want to do toward those, that plan in that plan. And you'll be surprised when you look up and you'll see how much you've accomplished over a short period of time just by mentally putting in there and you put it out in the universe that it's going to happen. So again, thank you, Scott Kelly. And I wish everybody else success.
Thank you. We've got Scott Barker again.
I'll be very quick because I know a lot of people. I'll turn that off, I think. Lucille, you turn that off. Thank you.
Who is that?
Oh, there's Lucille. That's all right.
It's Lucille.
Yeah, that's all right. I did have a dance party. Yeah, I caught up on yesterday's. So there's a bit of a distraction. I caught up on yesterday's meeting because I have to wake up here at 3:15 in the morning, and it sort of put me out a bit. But they were talking about Alzheimer's, dementia, and so forth, and that really hit home with me. I just had to mention. I put in the chat here a link to a very old video about a Canadian American explorer who lived with the Inuit people of Canada. And the way he lived with them for 5 years, and the particular way they ate, and the fact what they ate and how they ate and so forth was instrumental to them being, as he said, at the time, the healthiest people in the world. No dental problems, no heart problems, no kidney, no problems at all, no loss of vitality as they got older. And I put that in there because I think it's definitely something that the people here who know about Alzheimer's or dementia can experience, because I basically reversed my dad's dementia following this idea. I won't go into details now, but basically dementia can be reversed. And I think for those who are experiencing it, you need to know, because you've been told a pack of lies about it. Believe me. I saw my dad go from being completely inarticulate, forgetting his children, not being able to stand because of shocking arthritis, to being able to stand upright and starting making jokes and flirting with the ladies. And he was 92 at the time. That's from diet, totally from diet. It can be reversed. So anyone who tells you otherwise, they just don't know what they're talking about. And a quick thing too, Chuck said that he has a feeling sometimes that we should be grateful for things. Like there's some sort of, whenever I hear the word should, I see red flags, because to me, I try to get into the mindset that I am grateful, whether I am or not, doesn't matter, because I'm trying to resonate that frequency in my life. You put that energy, you want to mold your mind into that frequency, into that energy. And once you do that, you start experiencing more of that of life, more of that sort of thing to be grateful for, to justify, to validate that mindset, because you're putting that frequency out there. It's all, to me, it's about the frequency that you emanate in your life. And that's pretty much what you'll get back. So I'm sorry to take your time, but that's all.
That's all right.
Next
Perfect. Great. Thank you.
Who's next? Stu?
Yeah, sure.
Watching a
There you
video
go.
in the background.
Sorry, I just completely left and for some reason come back again.
Okay. Am I on?
Yo, who's playing a video? Is someone watching a video in the background? I can hear it. We all can hear it. Please turn it off. They probably
Bear
can't
with
even hear
me.
because they're
I don't
watching
know
the
what's going
video.
on. It just chucked me out of Zoom and I'm back again now. So I don't know what's going on here.
Lana, can you see who is playing audio and mute them, please?
I'm trying to find it.
Oh man, we gotta call John.
Well, sorry guys. I think it's done now. So let's carry on. Yeah, I think it's done now. Great. Okay. So who was Stu? Where was Stu?
I'm not sure. I don't
There
want to
you
butt
are.
in. Yeah. Am I okay?
Yeah,
Oh.
we've got literally a couple of minutes before this is going to
Okay,
end.
all right.
So sorry,
Listen.
we're overrunning. Everyone's got to say something to say this evening.
Anybody ever book a trip or a cruise, and you it's like a month away, maybe 2 months away, and the build up, the excitement of coming up to that day when you're actually going to get on the plane and go for that cruise, that it's palpable, and people notice it about you, and it's like walking into a room where there's just been an argument. You can notice something's up. What the heck happened just before I got here, right? And you feel that energy. Well, yeah, Shaq, right? And people feel that positive energy, and you know what? So does what you want feel it, and so does what you don't want feel it too. When you're complaining, man, because it's like putting a freaking target on your back when you're complaining. Avoid people who complain. Cut them right out of your life, your will. Like, move away if you have to, because they'll drag you down. Don't let them do it. And just nobody makes you angry. Nobody makes you sad, mad, or depressed. You do. Own it and use it for good. There you go.
Perfect. Thanks, Stu. Great. We have Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
Hello. Hi. I
Hi.
am Jackie. I haven't spoken
Hi.
yet to the group. I'm relatively new. I just
Nice.
wanted to say that I recently was going through some stuff and I introduced gratitude into my life and it completely transformed it. But I wanted to give a book recommendation that was like part of I would say one of the first steps that created a habit of gratitude in the morning. And it's called The Magic by, I think it's Rhonda Rhimes. She also has the book, The Secret, and it's also like a Netflix about the law of attraction. But anyway, it's 30-day, like basically mindset makeover of daily practices that you should do every morning. And I still do some today. For an example, it's like you hear a fire truck and you say, thank you for my health and safety. And it's just classically conditioning your brain to kind of rewire. And the more that you could flood and brainwash yourself to feel positive and think positive, the more it becomes second nature and the less you have to try, because you just start emitting that, and it just kind of started spiraling at that point. So hopefully that will help
Brilliant.
anyone.
Perfect. That's exactly lovely. Thank you.
No problem.
Gosh, my computer. Okay, now we have, thanks, Jackie. That's really great. And Vivian?
Yes, hi, and thank you for the opportunity. And yeah, I wanted to share, and as I was about to be called, I just heard a purpose. So it's, to me, was a word association with gratitude and purpose. And it's so easy to wake up in the morning and just start the day without looking at the sun coming up. And I remember because I grew up, I was born in Cameroon, that's in Africa, and then I was born there, and then I grew up there before I moved to the States. And then when I finished with college, I decided with my husband to move to Canada for the opportunity that was given to us. And I realized that so much of our time we didn't sit down and appreciated just the seasons. We find a way to complain mostly about the winter, and we never see the beauty about all of those seasons. We pick and choose all the time. And the interesting thing, and I found it because I'm a Christian, so I'm a believer. And, somewhere it says, that God loves children. And I always wanted to connect, to that. And I got to a point where I started, having kids, and looking through their eyes, I finally realized what was so great about them. You get out as an adult, or you want to go to work, and it's freezing, below 40 degrees outside, and you're like, oh man, not today. I just want to stay home. I don't want to do anything. And my kids are going to be like, Mom, I want to go outside. I just want to go. I want to go roll in the snow. And, we get so frustrated most of the time. I think it's just because of that acquired taste, so acquired experience, and the ability, I believe, in being able to see through whatever, even hardship that we're going through, just looking at those things that make us stand up. I don't remember who was talking about, the fact that the doctor said that she would not be able to walk well anymore. And now she can appreciate that, even though she's not, walking perfectly now, there was some improvement. And those are the celebrations that we should have. Just the fact that I woke up this morning, today is my birthday, by the way. And
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And I woke up, and, some of my friends were calling to ask me, so what are you doing today? I'm like, I'm appreciating life. I got up. A lot of people didn't see their birthdays. So many people, passed away, before the age I'm at today. Yeah. And I woke up and I'm able to breathe. I'm able to breathe in. So I'm going to step outside, and it's a little cold, but I'm going to step outside. And it took me more than 2 hours to actually step outside, because I get to work from the inside. And my little girl, who is 2 years old, as soon as she saw me opening one of the doors just to breathe and kind of taste the cold outside, she started crying when she saw me closing the door, and she was like, mommy, she just wanted to go out. So this is a thing that actually got me out. So instead of saying, okay, I don't want to go out, so we don't go out. So I use it, and I was like, I thank God, because something pushed me outside. I walked with her, and I saw her with her boots. She was actually splashing in the cold water because the snow is melting here. And instead of telling her, no, you're going to get wet, you're going to get sick, and I was like, no, she is enjoying. She's having that moment of gratitude that is so hard for us to actually relate to. And I was like, I'm just going to, grab it and soak myself into this moment, because it's not going to come.
And they're quite resilient, aren't they, kids?
Absolutely. So this is me today, just being grateful for everything I get. And I keep telling my friends who call me that every blessing that they give me, I'm just sitting before, God's throne, and I watch him just removing every cup filled and giving them to me. So the whole day, that's what I'm doing. I'm just, getting myself showered with all those blessings.
Perfect. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Vivian. That's so lovely. Okay, so we're well over time. And Shax, sorry, mate, this is doing your head in. I can't hear that background noise. So I couldn't mute because I couldn't find it. So let it flow. And I'm not really great on Zoom, so you guys have to bear with me. But let's speak to who was it? Who had their hand up?
Carol Ann had her hand up.
Carol Ann, where have you gone?
I did. No, I was going to go because I could tell you were out of time.
No, you can go. I mean, I'm not in a rush. I'm just, if you guys are, you got to go. But I just definitely want to speak to you as well.
Thank you. And Lana, I appreciate you because I can see that this isn't your comfort zone or easy, but I really appreciate it because it's, I just want to say quickly that I told the group, I thanked you all, but I asked you for blessings yesterday because I am considering whether I'm going to stay in the program. But I want to let you know that it's not because I don't love this. I do. But it's because I had a big challenge in that I only work with my iPad and my iPhone. I have to be on a computer. And I haven't worked on a computer for 10 years now. And so a friend gave me a computer, but there's that whole learning thing to get back. Even though I used one for 20 years during my life, it's not an Apple. So it's a whole big thing. So I'm not even in the program with you yet. And so what I'm looking at is everything else. I'm a co-founder of a nonprofit. I have another big project with my network marketing company of 35 years. So I am really engaged with you and what you're doing, and I love it, but I'm not in the actual program. So, and there's I've got to really decide that whether all the time that it's going to take me to get in with the technology is what I really need to do. And if I were, because I consider myself in the third stage of my life. So anyhow, that was the reason. I'm not down. I don't feel bad or anything. I feel great. And I know that the right choice will be, I'll know it at the time. And so I wanted to tell you that. Okay, I was really thrilled with all of you today, but Shaq and that, yes, honestly, my business name, Shaq, is Yes You, Partnering Purpose and Adventure. And so that word yes, I have used so much, but your demonstration of it was so precious today. And then before I got on the call, just quickly, Bob Proctor, who is now departed at age 87, his team is carrying on and they're doing a 5-day event. It's really great. And it's Blueprint to Success, I think it's the name of it. It's a 5-day event. Well, today they ran a clip of Bob, and the precious, incredible, precious, my word today. But Bob was talking about his love for the song Pretend You're Happy When You're Blue. And it's a really, really old song. But it so warmed my heart around what I've learned from Bob and all of that teaching that I decided to go listen to that song again. So I want to challenge all of you. Go on YouTube and find that song and listen to it. And so anyhow, thanks very much. Really, I appreciate you.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Carol, you've seen me use Zoom, and I use lots of other video calling things, and I can work them. Zoom is new for me, so Shax is asking me to turn someone off, and I'm like, I don't even know who's talking, Shax, right now, because it's not it's new to me. This platform's new, and it's so if I can figure it out in front of all you guys, Carol, I'm sure you can figure your computer out again.
Thank you.
Great, lovely speaking to you all. I think that's everyone. Eddie wants to have a quick say. Hello, Eddie. Are you here still, Eddie? Nope, he's not here. Okay, guys. Well, have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you later in the week.